Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our distant learning program. This is the slide lesson for your first session on your Thursday class, and this is the lesson about the writing breakthroughs. So this book is the book that provide you the lesson about the language structure, how you can prepare your sentence into a grammatical sentence. But as I already mentioned in the previous video, grammar is important to write your sentence or to make your speech correctly. However, vocabulary is also important to improve your language skill. The more you know about the vocabulary, the ability to produce the language will dramatically increase. That is why in this book there is a section called Building Your Vocabulary at the end of the units. So in each unit there will be this section in order to remind you that vocabulary is also important to improve. So this lesson is on page 56, and you will see some of the vocabulary that you need to know from this unit. Okay, so here are the contents of what we are going to study in this video. First of all, I would like to give you some of my personal tips in order to improve your vocabularies. As you may already know, English vocabulary are a lot of words. There are more than a billion words in English. How you can remember that, how you can use that, how you can learn all of those words. So I will give you some of my personal tips that it is very helpful for me, and I hope you will find all those tips helpful for you as well. And the other things that we will do in this video, we will look at some of the new vocabulary from the unit 5 of our lessons. So without any further ado, let's jump on to the tip that I would like to share. Technically, there are only two main tips that I would like to suggest to all of you in this slide. First of all, the way to improve your vocabulary is to read. The more you read, the more you know about the contents. If you read about technology, you will learn a lot about technology. If you read about history, you will learn a lot about the history. However, those subjects have a different vocabulary use. If you read the article or the books about technology, you will learn a lot of vocabulary related to the technologies. If you read the comic book related to the sci-fi, you will learn a lot of vocabulary related to the technologies. If you read the books about the history, you will learn vocabulary related to the history. That is why reading is very helpful for you to master your vocabulary. Not only you see the word, but you can see how the word is used in the context. If you think by learning vocabulary mean to see the new word, people will buy a dictionary and learn from the dictionary. But it makes no sense because there is no context for you to remember. When I was a student, I read some books about money, economics, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I learned a lot of vocabulary related to those topics. By just reading the book, I understand the content of the book. And at the same time, I have learned a lot of words such as investments, the interest rate, all of those words I have never learned in the classroom. But from reading, I learned those words and I can remember that because I have the context to recall those information. So the first tip, and it's very helpful, is to read. The more you read, the more you know. However, there are two types of readings. If you read just to get the main idea, vocabulary is not really important. But if you read to improve your vocabulary, you read for detailed informations. You read for specific information and you pay attention to every single words in those reading passage. That is why when you read, you need to highlight the word and find the meanings of those specific words. It is very helpful because when you read in the book which is specific topic, the word will repeatedly appear again and again, and it help you remember those words better. But make sure you highlight those difficult words and find out the meanings of that words. Another important tips that is very helpful as well, when you highlight the word from the books that you read, make sure you have your vocabulary list. Mostly when I was a student, I like to keep my vocabulary list as the alphabetically. Let's say the word that start with letter A, I have 300 words. The word that start with letter B, I have 200 words, so on and so forth. So I like to keep the vocabulary list alphabetically, but it is not really effective to recall those words. The most effective method to keep the vocabulary list is to categorize it into specific topic. Let's say you read about history and this word related to the history. Let's say revolutionary, discovery, inventions. Those are the words related to the history. And the word related to the technologies, you keep it into that category, and it will make you easy to recall those words. And remember everyone, words have power. If you use it properly, it will express your idea very effectively. So make sure when you learn any new vocabularies, you encounter a strange vocabulary, you understand the meaning of that, put it into usage. Write a Facebook post using those vocabulary, or comment on your friend's status by using those new vocabulary you have just learned, will improve your memories. Those vocabulary will move from a short-term memories into your long-term memory. You will remember those words. Okay, so that's enough for the tip, and I hope those 4 tips will help you. You can duplicate it. Now let's move on to our lesson, and our lesson is the building vocabularies. In the books on page 56, you will see this type of exercise. So pay close attention to this type of exercise because some students they are confused with this type of exercise. The best way to do all of this exercise is to read the instruction. So if you look at this one, fill in the blanks with the right words. Change the form if necessary. So this is important. The given words are not in the correct form. You can change it to past form, to the continuous form, to the plural form, or to the singular form. But make sure you are able to change the form if it is necessary. So let's look at the words in the box. There are 2 identical words. The first one is function as verb. It is the word explain, right? Explain is a verb. And the noun is explanations. So you need to understand the structure of the sentence. If you look at this space, what type of speech that you can put? Okay, let me do the first one for you. Text box here. Okay, I is a subject, and after the subject we need to use verb, right? So clearly the verb is the word explain. So here the answer is explain. I explained the rule of the game to him, but he didn't seem to understand. The word explain here is correct, but look at the tenses here. Is it in the present tense or in the past tense? Sure, this one in the past tense. So you need to change it into the correct past tense, which is ed. Okay, let me highlight this. Okay, explain the rule of the game to him, but he didn't seem to understand. Now let's move on to exercise B here. your detail was very helpful. So was very helpful here is the verb already, but we need subject because we have the verb to be. So this one should be the noun, your detailed explanation. Sorry, okay. Your detailed explanation was very helpful. Good. The last one, we still use the word explain or explanation. I need some, yes, some explanation because some is the determiner which talk about the quality. So here some explanation, we talk about the quantity of the explanation about what is happening in the movie, right? Let's move on to another pair of words, and these words, the word explore and explorer, again verb and noun. So explorer refer to people who explore. All right, let's put it into practice. We have actually this one, we have the island bye-bye. It has been a great time. We have explore the island bye-bye. It has been a great time. Actually, this is the past tense because it already finished. It has been a great time, which suggests that the previous action is already finished. Sorry. Okay, move on to letter B. You can explore the city by walking. Actually, this is in the present times. The last one, too brave. So too brave, it express the people. So it's supposed to be the noun explorer, but with s as well, because too is plural. Have just found the hidden treasure. Alright everyone, so there are two more boxes. We have the word inventions and inventional, and we have the word returns, and all of these are return but with a different function. So I would like to skip the word intention and intentional to the last one, because the last one is a little bit interesting here, because we have the word return which function as verb, but we have the word with letter I which is transitive verb. So intransitive verb, sorry. So the word return, which is intransitive verb, it refers to the verb that need objects, which means you go back to somewhere. However, the word return, which functions as transitive verb, it's mean to give something back to somebody. So the first one, which means go somewhere, and this one which means give something back to its previous place. While the word return, again, it functions as noun. Okay, now let's put this into practice. Do you have your? Sure. When we have the word your, which is the possessive adjective, generally it comes with the noun here. Return ticket. Okay. Letter B, I cannot return to find my old job. So I cannot return to find when you go to your old job. Actually, this one is the verb, intransitive verb. Okay, make it smaller. How about letter C? I haven't returned the books to the library yet. Mean you put it back to its previous place, so it's verb, transitive verb. And the last one, they return to their hometown, which means they go back to their hometown, as the intransitive verb. Alright everyone, so that's it for our first session's video, and I hope from what I have presented to all of you, the technique on how to improve your vocabularies and the technique of doing this exercise, and I hope you will find it easy to do all this type of exercise in your homework or in your classwork. So everyone, now please have a short break and we will come back to continue our second sessions.